In the entertainment industry, the people are represented by three separate yet equally important groups: the video game, comic book, and anime reviewers who investigate the media and present their findings. These are their stories.
Bong bong.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Baby.
Triple. On the show, we talk about anime, video games, and comic books. But it's an open floor discussion. So, guys, what do we want to talk about right now? What's big news?
I mean,
There's tons of big news.
you just mentioned comic books. Let's talk about Rebirth.
Yeah, let's talk about DC Rebirth.
All right. So, who wants to? Do you want?
I'll give a little explanation about what it is, and then we can sort of just go into talking about it.
Take it right in.
So, DC Comics in 2011 they launched the New 52 reboot, which sort of started all of their comics back at #1 issues and sort of jumbled up the stories and continuity and everything. They're doing it again this summer. May 25th is when it starts. DC Rebirth is basically they're trying to bring the characters back to their core from, I'm guessing, before New 52. Sort of bring them back to the characters that everyone knows instead of the very changed versions that they are now. It's every single series is going to be relaunching with a new #1 issue, except for Action Comics and Detective Comics, which are returning to their original numbering of 957 and 931 respectively. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty pumped for it. I'm assuming you're as well excited.
I am excited for Rebirth.
Is there any so we wanted to go through some of the ones that we're most excited about. So I guess we'll start off with Jojo. I'll let you take this.
Thank you.
And so that you can see the different things that are going to be out, because we have the whole list in front of us.
Let's see. I am definitely excited for Hellblazer #1 because Constantine is probably I haven't delved too far into DC, but Constantine is probably my favorite DC character for comics. I might actually give Action and Detective Comics a shot because they're going back to legacy ordering. Batman, I'm more than willing to give Batman and just regular Superman a shot. I might give Gotham Academy a shot because I know you've really...
I'll lend you the issues that I have.
You really need to read Gotham Academy.
Because you guys keep saying it's really, really good, and I liked the art from what I've seen of it.
Yeah. People watching, you should read Gotham Academy. It's a really fun series.
Yeah, it's kind of like Scooby-Doo. If you've ever watched Scooby-Doo
in the DC universe.
Yes, Scooby-Doo in DC universe. So it's essentially a bunch of kids. They're at a boarding school. It's for Bruce Wayne's boarding school, and they just kind of go on hijinks adventures. It's almost like early Harry Potter.
Yeah,
but
they're
roaming
mysteries around the school.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
I love it, and they have in the new launch of DC, they have Gotham Academy next semester.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited that they're continuing forward with that series because it was easily one of my favorites that came out of the New 52.
Yeah, it's a great series, and I definitely recommend it.
There's only 15 issues out as of right now, but I know it's going to be continuing until the summer.
And I'm sure the Rebirth reboot is going to be a great time to jump back on.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a #1 issue. It's a jumping on point. So anyone interested can just sort of jump on there and see if you want to read the rest of it.
Exactly. And that's why I'm also really excited for Rebirth. just for the sake of that, it's really nice that it's allowing like new fans to come in, and it's allowing like the doors to open back up to classic core DC.
That's what I love. What they were talking about, they said. I don't remember who said it in an interview. I think it might have been Jeff Johns.
It was Jeff Johns.
But
Jeff
he said,
Johns also
like,
did the
this
release
is
video.
for the old fans. Like this is going back to the core of the characters. If you've been reading these characters for years, this is for you. But it's also supposed to be a good place for new readers to jump on.
Oh yeah,
which I think is great.
Okay. As well as what's also nice is that Jeff Johns also released a video about it.
Yeah.
So he got to talk about it for a while. It was really exciting and really interesting. And he kind of explained more or less just everything about what it's going to be like. So we're expecting it to almost be like kind of like the grand epic stories of like the Blackest Night series, or like where we have Flashpoint Paradox and all that stuff. So we're bringing it back to that kind of root of DC, which is why which got me into DC to begin with, especially with their comic books. If I'm excited for anything, I guess it would have to be like Aquaman, Batman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Superman, Wonder Woman. Essentially, like those are all the ones I'm most excited for.
The core titles I'm excited for. All the big superheroes, all the big characters.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all of those. But there's also like a bunch of new series that I'm also interested in. That look really cool.
Like what?
Like Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps, which is obviously it's Green Lantern, but this is I guess more focusing on the Corps itself with him as the leader.
I'm super pumped for that too,
Yeah.
because what you don't know is that Harry and I have been Harry's been rereading all of Green Lantern from 2004. So he's been reading Green Lantern Rebirth, but this was like from the 2004 original Rebirth series. And this is what got me into Green Lantern officially. Like I bought the New 52, and then it kept telling me to keep reading back issues of from previous canon, and then it brought me all the way to Green Lantern Rebirth, and I started from there and I read it all the way forward, and it was probably the greatest comic series I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, it's a great read.
It was just non-stop amazing. I'm also pretty excited that they're doing more they're doing stuff like Batman Beyond. They're continuing that, which that'll be really cool to see. You got also Cyborg, Deathstroke is getting a #1 as well. Justice League of America.
Yeah, new JLA series. Mm-hmm. I heard there's going to be a JSA series too, the Justice Society of America, which for those of you that don't know, there's the Justice League, which everyone knows, and then there's the Justice Society, which is the World War II versions of the characters. Like the original Flash, Jay Garrick, the Alan Scott Green Lantern, all the older versions of the characters from before they became the ones that you know. That's the JSA, and they're a really cool team. And I would love to see them come back.
That would be really cool. I mean, I know a little bit about, Alan Scott.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Alan Scott?
Yes.
Okay. I know a little bit about him and stuff like that because he's popped up a few times in some of the Green Lantern issues I've read. And I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, cool, he's not that bad. He was actually pretty interesting, too. And so, I mean, I wouldn't mind reading series with all these, original characters and stuff like that. That'd be just really neat to read. I guess I'm also, I know that you're excited for a few other things as well that I haven't listed, but what else are you excited for, Harry?
I'm excited. There's a big resurgence of the Superman family of titles. There's, obviously, you have your Superman comics, you have your action comics, but they're bringing back Supergirl, which was canceled a year or two ago. They're bringing a new Superwoman series, which is interesting because there's never really been a mainstream Superwoman. So I think that's really cool, and I'm excited for that. There's another series called The Superman, which is like the super-man, which is more similar to the very original pitch, like the way, way back before Superman actually existed. For the character, for a comic, it was like this bald psychic guy, and he's called the Superman. So I'm thinking maybe it's more have to do with that. So I'm interested in seeing what it's about. And then there's the Super Sons, which Superman has a son, so maybe it's about him. So I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I'm super excited for all this stuff, pun intended.
Now, I just kind of want to open up a question to all of you guys. How do you feel about when they said that Action Comics and Detective Comics are going to continue from 957 934?
I'm very happy about that.
I'm good with that.
I'm super happy. I love the big numbering. Mm-hmm. I think it's fantastic that they're going back to it. I think it's important to have. I just said I think a whole bunch of times. But
yes, you did.
I think it's important to have, but I don't think it's necessary for every single series. So I like that it's a bunch of #1 issues, but then with the 2 flagship, DC series. They're going back to their original numbering, which is huge at this point. In about 2 years, they're going to be issue 1,000, which is ridiculous.
And that's gonna be
gigantic. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Humongous. That's
Oh
right.
yeah. For some reason, it sounds wrong in my head, and I'm like,
I hate when that happens.
that doesn't
You, like,
that
second guess a
doesn't
word.
sound right. But
What,
no,
are they going to be like the first comics to get to issue 1,000?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I don't
going to be big.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I don't think I know any comic series that's made it past 1,000.
There aren't
So
any,
this is. Yeah.
which is awesome. Like
Yeah,
these are.
this is
It's going to
nuts.
be big.
This is gonna be
This is a huge
amazingly
milestone.
huge. I'm really happy that that DC decided to do this. I'm really excited about that. Now, how do you guys feel though about the shipping twice monthly?
I don't mind. I mean, I've been reading Marvel long enough, and they ship everything whenever they feel like it. So it's like I'm used to it. It's probably going to be more structured than Marvel does it. So
Oh yeah.
like
By the way, that
twice monthly is going to be much. Also, the prices are down.
Yeah.
They're shipping twice monthly, but they're only $2.99 a comic. So it's they're dropping $1 and shipping twice. So I don't
And
mind.
also, I subscribe to the idea that paying more for more content is a good thing, and you're essentially buying 2 comics worth of story for that month for combined like $5.99. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. Like I think they're doing a good job. Like just the plan of it. I think it's great for new readers. It's so much easier to jump onto a $2.99 series than it is a $3.99 series.
Yeah, I can.
I know it
attest to
doesn't
that.
seem like much, but it adds up really quickly.
Yeah.
So it's.
Also, I really like that they're doing like the 80 issue.
Oh yeah,
that's
the
for
80
$2.99.
page. DC Rebirth is being launched with an 80 page, like a big fat comic for only $2.99. That's gigantic. Like
And
that's huge.
Usually, and if we want to put it in comparison, where people are like, well, okay, it's $2.99. They just did Deadpool had its 20th anniversary.
Yeah, Deadpool had its 25th anniversary comic. It was an 80 page comic, and Marvel charged $10 for it.
So yeah, therefore,
Yeah.
to have this being 80 pages and $2.99 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you bet I'm gonna buy it.
Absolutely.
Because I did not want to put down $10 for that 80 page book.
I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I didn't either. Nobody bought that Deadpool issue that I could think of. I mean, I'm sure hardcore fans of Deadpool bought it, but I mean, I couldn't.
It's just too expensive.
I could not throw down $10 for an 80 page comic, even though I understand it's 80 pages. It's just. It's like that's too much, but $2.99, that's phenomenal.
That's insane. Like they should be charging more for it. Like not
they
$10,
should.
but like
I'd say maybe
like-
$5.
yeah, like
like
$5 or
six.
$6.
That's amazing for the
$6.
fans. Like that's
Yeah,
they
no.
really. You can tell that they're really trying to, get all that readership back that they lost over the past couple
Yeah,
of years.
because we can all I'm assuming we can all vouch that the new 52 has suddenly dropped.
It's
gotten
hasn't
so
been
bad.
as good
I
recently
haven't
as
kept
it was
up with
in-
it, but over the years that
earlier
I've been
years.
hearing about it, I have heard that it has suffered quality degradation.
Yeah.
It
Unfortunately.
really has. I'm only keeping up with a few things.
Same. Like, I've
it's
only been
just,
reading a
it's
couple
just
series.
Batman I've been keeping up with because that's been really good still. Green Lantern's been pretty good now, with Renegade. That's been really good. And then Sinestro I've been keeping up with because I just really I love Sinestro, and Cullen Bunn does a really good job at writing Sinestro, but really nothing has been great with DC recently. They've been falling off their wagon, and it's just not hitting its strides like
Yeah.
they used to. And I feel this is what they need.
Absolutely.
They need this.
A
so
fresh start.
bad.
Like it's sort of getting back to basics and
Going.
trying to find themselves.
Yeah, it's like as if they're going out.
Yeah,
in the
they're
woods.
going on a journey, a spirit quest.
A
Yeah.
spirit.
It would have been kind of funny though if they started doing this when each of the long running series have gotten to issue 52.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
they're hitting issue 52 and then the rebirth.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's, DC loves their 52.
Love their 52.
Yeah. So they're gonna end it at 52, which I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea, and I'm like, cool. I respect that. That's neat. And I don't know. New 52 was fine at the beginning. I loved it when it first started, and now it's just kind of hitting
It's dwindled off.
It's
Yeah.
definitely gotten rocky
Yeah.
over the years, and I feel like Jeff Johns made a great point on that in the video, which was they've lost their way, and it's just
Yeah.
it's not what DC is, and
He
all the
said-
characters are hitting.
Like he said in
problems.
the 80-page comic, the very first line, like he said, it sums up Rebirth perfectly. He's like, the first line in that comic is, "I love this world, but something's missing."
Exactly.
And it's, they're sort of trying to go back to that.
Yeah.
Find that missing something.
And I hope we get our next big story that's gonna be just as good as Flashpoint Paradox or the War of Light stuff and whatever anything like that. I hope we get something even more amazing than those stories back in the past, which I think are really great stories. And that's what got me into DC. And I hope that gets a lot of other people into DC.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes DC anymore. Everyone's all in the Marvel hype train.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to announce this, but Marvel is not as good as when it comes to their comics. I'm just saying, I like DC Comics way more when it comes to their comic books. Their movies, I like them.
So?
That's fine.
I'm not strong in one way or the other. I mean, on average, I read Marvel more, but I've read some really good DC in the past few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I guess I've just picked your poison, but I mean, I've read a lot more Marvel because of you. If you didn't if we never became friends or didn't know each other, I would have never picked up a Marvel comic book ever again.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I would have just been nah, I ain't a part of that life, and I would have just flaked off to DC and just been constantly riding on that and hoping that it would be better.
Waiting for rebirth.
Waiting for rebirth, slowly but surely. I would have curled up in a corner.
Oh boy.
So I guess how are we all set with Rebirth? Do you think that was good enough?
Yeah, that was a good cover conversation.
Right. Good. All right. So I guess now we're gonna go to what games we've been playing.
Boy.
Surprisingly enough, we have a decent amount to talk about for this section.
Yeah, we do. We actually do. All right, we're gonna start with you, Joe. What games have you been playing?
It hasn't been that much, but there were two big things that came out this week that I can talk about. First is the Division beta, which, it's an open beta. Anyone can download it this weekend. Warning, it's a 25 gig download, so if you have bad internet, it'll take a day. And you and I played Street Fighter V. I'll talk about that later because I don't have much to say about the Division beta. It's Destiny. It's third-person shooter, New York City Biohazard Edition Destiny. And that's great in concept, but if you're like me and you play a lot of your games alone, single player, there's not a lot to do. You do your story missions and that's about it. That game is really designed for you to go with your buddies and to go through the story missions and stuff like that, or quests. It's like an RPG game. An online one at that. It's I can see it doing well. Me personally, I'm not going to get it until my friends get it. Not repeating Destiny where I played through the whole game by myself and just I was yep, that's it. That's all. But anyways, Street Fighter V.
Yeah, so I've been playing Street Fighter V.
Street Fighter V.
You should play Street Fighter V with me.
I know I should play it.
I know. I'm surprised you haven't come over to the apartment
I've
yet.
been busy playing my games.
Well, you could be playing Street Fighter V though with your friends. You could have friends, Harry.
Who needs friends when I have video games?
But we're friends with video games.
True.
So there you go. But Street Fighter V. I'm gonna be very, very honest. I've never played Street Fighter before until Street Fighter V, and that's just because I've just never had the consoles beforehand that ever sold Street Fighter on it. I mean, apparently
I never owned a PlayStation.
Sorry, I owned a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation and an Xbox 360. But the thing is, those are the only consoles I've ever owned in my entire life. Because I never had any past consoles. And I know Street Fighter 4 was on those and stuff like that, and the DS as well. And I never got them because I just had zero interest in fighting games because my friends ruined fighting games for me.
Yeah.
But recently I've been on a fighting game, like
a fighting game kick.
Yeah, I just kind of want to play some fighting games. So I saw Street Fighter 5 and I said, you know what, fine, I'll get it. And from what I've played, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. There's moments where the audio cuts out though, which is kind of weird.
Way too often.
Usually it's usually whenever it's the character finishes, whenever
when they win.
Yeah,
and they have usually, their taunt animation or whatever. It's there's no audio.
Yeah,
really
they show you the subtitle,
Yeah.
but they never actually show you you never hear what they're saying.
Hopefully they put out a patch for that eventually.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. But hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, even the Japanese voices don't have it, and you would expect that to be there. It's there's no audio for when you win a battle.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Anyways,
the other thing is that there's a very lack of amount of characters, especially original characters.
There's
apparently,
16
according to these kids.
The
There's not a
game
lot of
ships
original.
with 16 characters, and the big ones like Guile and Balrog and Alex, which was the ninja girl person from Street Fighter 4. are not in this game, and they're going to be DLC, which is
stupid.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people complain about that, and I feel like once they've all been released, once all that DLC's out and all that stuff is done, people are probably going to go out and buy this game, and then people will be a little more satisfied and happy with it and stuff. But as of right now, people are probably like, oh, how dare they? It's, it sucks.
That's the thing is it's Street Fighter, so I'm just waiting for Super Ultra Turbo Championship Edition.
Yeah.
So I can just get the game with all the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing about fighting games, especially Capcom fighters, is that when you buy the first launch, you're buying it to play the
you're
game.
Buying base. Like,
You're
it's
buying base
missing
Street
a lot of
Fighter.
content.
Yeah.
And then like 2-3 years after the while, where it's been tuned to perfection and they've added more content, more characters and stuff like that, that's when it's going to be like a game worthy in the fighting community. But I am a casual Street Fighter fan. I like the game for the game. And I'm okay with new characters, because there actually is quite a few new characters in this game. A lot of cool ones. I can't remember any of them off the top of my head.
I wouldn't know what's new or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you couldn't tell me, because I've never played
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
I know there's the one guy that I really liked. He's like really tall and lanky.
Oh.
He like flaps across the screen.
Oh,
and
he's
like one of his
so
attacks.
much
Oh,
fun.
Fang?
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
playing as him.
Fang?
That guy, I thought I saw the trailer for him and I said like I want to play as him. Like he's the character I want to play as. He looks so goofy.
Fang?
He's so fun.
Yeah.
Fang is pretty fun, and he's really cool. I like him, too.
And if you're like me and you play defensively, Fang is such a rewarding character.
Don't buy the season pass, because I spent $30 on the season pass for this game. Now, I spent the base game is like $60.
Yeah.
So on top of that, for 30, this was like about 90 some odd dollars, almost $100 I spent. And then what really sucks is that you could just unlock these characters with fighter points, which is something that you can play by just grinding the game. You just keep playing it over and over again, and you could just unlock all those characters using fighter points instead of buying the characters with $30. So now I just feel like I got gypped out of $30, and I feel like I just got money stolen. So whatever you do, do not buy the $30 season pass. It is a waste of money. You could just play the game, and it's just...
It's mobile game.
It's
mobile
like
game business right now.
It's like the mobile game microtransaction style where it's like.
It's the mobile transaction method where you can play the game for like 500 hours and then unlock all the characters, or you spend like $2 and unlock the character. It's like that kind of thing.
It's like you can pay with either your time or your money. Like it's, and there's a lot of people, myself included, who would rather pay with my time.
Yeah.
And
I'd
I
rather play the game and earn the characters.
if I knew that essentially, and if I heard that information way sooner when I bought the game, I would have definitely have saved my money, and I would have definitely not bought the season pass. I thought the season pass was just going to give me the characters, and I thought the characters are going to be there sort of soon. I didn't think they were going to be as long of a wait as I could imagine, but they're not coming until March.
Yeah.
So I gotta wait a little bit of next month before all the characters before I get DLC, because the shop is not even open. They have a shop and it's closed, and they said it will be open via update in like March.
Yep.
So I was like, well, that's kind of stupid, and I was a little upset and was a little disappointed. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really excited, and that made me kind of turned me off actually a little bit
like-
from wanting to play the rest of the games.
It's like the way Capcom locked content in this game really disappoints me, because like this game feels really good to play. Like like the controls are spot on, the characters are fun to play, the stages are nice, it looks nice, but like challenge mode is locked until the update. Half of the story stuff locked until the update. Characters locked until the update. Costumes locked until the update. It's like
that's the thing is, it's already done. Like,
Yeah.
It's already all made and on the disc. They just want to wait to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
Like that's
On-disc
all it is.
DLC.
That's
Essentially.
classic Capcom.
It's
right
just
there.
it's just how video games are nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, we're gonna make all the DLC, and we're only gonna give you half of a game, and you just gotta buy a lot of DLC in order to make up for it.
These games aren't $60 anymore. They're upwards of $100. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
stupid.
if
You have to-
companies just like waited that time and then said, "Hey, here's a $120 game. Here's all the content. No frills. Everything is there." I'd be fine paying $120.
Yeah, if it's a
Because-
game worth the money. But
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
they sort of trick you into, you buy a $60 game, you're like, oh, I'm so excited to play this game. You go home and pop it in, you have like 5 hours worth of content. They're like, oh, you got to pay another 20 for another hour. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
like
jeez.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I feel like companies are just kind of trying to find ways to steal your money
Pretty
or to
much.
take more money from you, And it's just like I'm getting kind of annoyed of it. I'm actually getting really sick of the modern games now, of how their mentality of how to like go about, selling games to people and just how they release the content is just starting to aggravate me. I'm just getting so sick of it. And Street Fighter V is just one of those things that just further proves my point that video games need to, just keep doing it, and they don't.
Companies
stop.
are going with the business model that they know people are going to buy games day one. That's where a majority of their sales are. People are going to buy it to be on that day one hype train. And they're like, all right, we can make the game good, like from a technical standpoint, but as far as the content goes, the people are also willing to pay like that much more for the season pass because it's, oh, hey, I'm going to be playing this game for months. Might as well pay the extra $30 so I can get all the DLC at a discount.
Yeah, it's like what they do is they get their hooks in you where it's like, I already have the base game, I might as well buy the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I might as well since I'm already invested in this game.
Yeah.
That's why I wait a year before I play my games.
I know. I got this for Fight Night, so which is,
people will like it for Fight Night.
oh yeah, it'll be fun. And all that stuff. By the way, Fight Night is is hosted by the Fredonia Anime Club, where we are gonna play fighting games and stuff like that. If people don't know, and it'll be Sunday, like March 6th. Yes, Sunday, March 6th from 7 to 11. I forgot the said location. I will probably remind people a little bit better, or unless, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I can remind everyone for next week's show about it, but I'll go more in detail about that if people are interested. Shameless plug. Oh, okay. By the way, yeah, sorry.
Shameless plug.
Sorry. Actually, I should change that to shameful plug. I'm more or less just ashamed of what I've just done. I'm so sorry. I just like to throw myself out there and just feel disappointed, Father. All right. Anyways, so we can all agree. But I will admit though, as much as we just complained about Street Fighter V, I do like the game still.
It's a
still
fun
like
game.
I still like it. It's fun.
Like I've been playing them since 2, and I haven't played 4 or 3 that much. But 5, from what I can say, it does feel very good.
Yeah.
Like I can pull off everything well, and the PS4 controller is so much better for fighting games than like any of the other ones. Mm-hmm. Seriously, the D-pad on the PS3 would always just cut into my thumb whenever I would play like a Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah. I love like just like some of the animations that go on in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny and it's just so nuts and crazy, and the combat's absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, I'm like burping and like hiccuping at the same time. That's just a bad combo. Anyways. Maybe is that like my body retaliating Street Fighter V? It's just like, nah,
Yeah,
man.
You
Nah,
just
man.
can't handle it.
You just can't handle
I
it.
can't take it. But no, Street Fighter V is still fun. I still want you to come over and play it anyways.
Definitely have to come over and play it at some point.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's not a full completed game and whatever and all that stuff.
It doesn't take away from the gameplay though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't take away that it's still a fun game to play, and it's fun to sit around with your friends, and it's just couch party game, and it's just really fun for that aspect of it. I mean, that's why I like it.
It's a party game.
I just enjoy it for the party aspect. So, yeah. So Harry, you got a game that is gonna be a less complaining one, right?
Game that I've been playing.
Yeah.
I've been playing Fire Emblem Fates. It came out just yesterday, February 19th. Is that what yesterday was?
19th,
February
yeah.
19th
Yeah,
was
it
yesterday.
came out yesterday, and I've been playing it since then. I've played it all night until like 4 in the morning, and it was great. I'm a big fan of the series. I haven't played too many of them, but I know a lot of the hardcore fans didn't like Awakening, but I really did. And this feels more in the vein of that, but it also adapts more of the classic elements into it, so I'm really happy with that. It's been a very fun game. The story so far has been pretty cool. I'm kind of waiting for it to sort of kick into high gear because it's been a little slow. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. So it's been a great game. I know neither of you guys have it, but
I do not. I will get it at some point, though. I need to finish Awakening.
I know that we talked about Fire Emblem Fates last season and how excited we all were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really excited as well. I don't have. I just
Don't
spent.
have the money.
Well, let's
Spent
just
a lot
say.
of money.
Let's just say I made a giant purchase yesterday that I shouldn't have, but I did.
Hey,
anyways.
man, now we can play online.
I know. I bought PlayStation Plus and headsets so I could talk to Harry and
So we can
play
play
video
online,
games.
yeah.
And I also bought Destiny: The Taken King just so I could play it with you.
Hey man, we should play tonight or something.
We should. It was a 19 gig download, but hey,
Yeah.
I did it.
I was there when you had to delete some stuff.
My PS4 is backed up now, so my 500 gig PS4 is just like it's kaput. I have to start getting an
It's
extra.
like, yeah, you buy it and it says 500 gigabytes, but you don't realize how small that is with today's game.
You know-
With today's
Big they are.
installs.
Yeah.
It's like the average game is in between 25 and 60 gigs
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
install.
At this point, I might as well just get a terabyte hard
Yeah,
drive and just.
honestly.
But I didn't
And
know.
even that
I,
won't last too long.
A 2 terabyte. Like,
yeah, I would
the
have gotten two.
notebook 2 terabyte hard drives, the things you need to replace for the PS4, those things are much cheaper than external hard drives.
Yeah.
You should
So-
probably go for the 2 terabyte
I
if you
know.
never want to delete your games.
Yeah, but anyways, but yeah, no, Fire Emblem Fates I was really excited about, and I actually like Fire Emblem Awakening. I know a lot of hardcore fans don't like it either. Like I know,
I really enjoyed it.
but I
It was my
enjoy
first real Fire Emblem, so I really enjoyed it. I just wish I didn't accidentally delete my save.
Oh, what? How far were you in?
I was like, I think the game had like 50 chapters, and I was like in between 15 and 20.
Mm.
So I was already like a quarter
Yeah,
of the
you were
way through
pretty
the
far
game.
into it.
Yeah. I was, that
That's
makes me
nice.
so sad.
That's like so far in.
And then it's like, oops, I deleted the game because I wanted to play with Japanese audio. And Fates doesn't even have Japanese audio. So it's
doesn't.
like, I don't even have to
Doesn't.
worry,
I don't know,
worry
I don't
about that
care.
anymore.
To be honest, I don't care either, unless you're a purist about
Yeah,
that.
I'd rather play a game in a language I can understand.
I mean, the
Sometimes it can
cutscenes are
be-
subtitled.
They're good though, at
Yeah.
least. At least it's like well, like
Yeah, they're
English-
well
it's, like,
well done
dubbed.
though. It's a
Yeah.
well done English version. So.
Yeah, because I mean, if it was dubbed and it was just like, hi, but it was Hakiro Natsuno. I don't know, like something like that. You're just like, oh my god, stop.
Please.
Please don't do this to me.
I think the reason why Nintendo didn't include it is because there is a bug in Awakening that if you switch it to Japanese audio, you will play it for that time, but the next time you restart your game, like you turn off the console, turn it back on, and go back to the game, even if you have Japanese audio selected, it'll just go to the English audio anyways. So every time if you want to play with that, you have to go back into the menu and fix that, and for some reason they didn't patch that. I don't know why. I think they
Nintendo
just
doesn't
said,
patch
you know
things."
what, forget this. Weeaboos will just buy the game anyways. We don't care.
Wow, that's a deep statement there, Joe.
Well, I'm mad, okay?
He's
That bug is the reason why I deleted my save.
It's okay,
I'm
Joe.
upset.
The weebs will rise.
A weave will rise again.
He-Man! So yeah, alright. So, alright, so it sounds like we've been playing some pretty good games, I guess. I mean, I feel like I've complained more, but, I mean...
Yeah.
What
I'm
about
super
Zestria?
happy.
Haven't you been playing that?
Yeah, I've been playing more as Asteria, like I did what I said in the last episode, which has gotten super, super good. So good. I love it. I'm just adoring this game. The more and more I play it, the more into it I get, and the combat gets better, and just the story gets better, and I'm just starting to like it more and more now. I hope it stays as good as it goes. I'm just really worried that by the end I'm not going to like it, but who knows. I'm just kidding. I like this game too much.
Yeah,
Definitely
Tales,
wanna get
super
it
pretty.
eventually.
yeah, Tales games are generally like very popular RPGs for a reason.
It's probably very generic, though. I mean, I'd say it's kind of generic in, like,
Yeah.
what its world is. It's like, oh, this is, like, typical JRPG fantasy game. Like, it's pretty generic in that aspect of,
As
like,
long
the
as the
story.
game's fun, I don't think that should be too
Yeah,
much of
no,
a
the
problem.
gameplay is very much the same as, like, you know, Tales of Xillia and all that other stuff. So it's essentially just the same gameplay. It's just, you know, a different story, but it's like, all right.
I'm glad we're actually getting them this time.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun, though. I've been enjoying it. All right. Oh, baby, triple. I cut to commercial all the time, but I forgot.
Oh my god.
No.
Come on, man.
We're gonna cut to commercial.
Just, oh my
Okay,
god.
I'm just kidding.
We're cutting to commercial. Bye.
Here's
I
Andrew
can- I can
Murata
do
with
it.
our campus food review. Just say that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ryan, you
Ridiculous.
tell me not to swear, and then you do stuff like this.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't say anything. I specifically said stuff.
No.
I'm upset.
Oh my god. Okay. I think we
Vehemently
need to
upset.
breathe a little. We need some breathing. All right.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody. We're gonna cut to commercial breaks. So, but before we do, here's a food review from Andrew. I hate it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Corey. I'm director and producer of
Oh, baby, a triple!
But Corey, what is Oh Baby a Triple?
That's a very good question, Joseph Gugino. Let me show you. We lost him! Too many memes!
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this episode again after that lovely commercial break and Andrew's wonderful food review. We're back to talk about Pokemon and its 20th anniversary.
Yep.
Harry, take it away.
Well, this year is Pokemon's 20th anniversary. So I decided recently to go back to the very first video game I ever played, which is Pokemon Red. I've been playing it on my Game Boy Color. It's been a blast. But I'm really excited for February 27th, which is their big anniversary. It's their actual anniversary. They're apparently going to be announcing some big news, hopefully a new game. And they're releasing Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow on the Nintendo 3DS. They're porting them to there with actual wireless functionality, so you can still trade, which is pretty awesome. So there's been a lot of Pokemon news, which I'm really excited about because it's one of my favorite series ever. There's a new Pokemon was announced recently. I don't know if I showed you, Joe. Like a picture of it.
No.
It's
didn't.
pretty cool. It's
Do you want me
like
to
a
look it
robot.
up?
Yeah, you can look it up.
All right,
it's
I'm
called
gonna
That guy.
Oh wow! We're gonna post a graphic of what this Pokemon looks like, but it looks like a.
It's like a robot.
It looks like a. I don't even know what to
robot.
explain. Like.
It's like if you. There's a lot of people speculating. It looks exactly like not exactly, but it looks similar to another Pokemon, Diancie. So people are thinking it's a robot version of it.
Yeah.
Like someone tried to recreate the legendary Pokemon Diancie.
You know, I look at this Pokemon, and this actually shows. This just reminds me of why I actually don't like Pokemon and why I just.
You don't like the character designs?
Oh my god, this thing looks so dumb. Like,
That-
I'm sorry, it looks stupid.
I think it looks.
I think
Hey,
it has a nice
you know what?
design.
You know what? Actually, you know what? This is better looking than the ice cream. You know, than when they made ice cream. A villain like. oh no, sorry, not a villain, just a Pokemon that you could fight is Ice Cream.
That
I'm just
I
saying.
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I just-
Like,
no,
All right.
there's
know.
really nothing wrong with that.
I'm sorry, I just don't
like I
Pokemon.
mean, yeah, when you have over 700 Pokemon, some of them are
There's
going to
gonna be
look.
a couple of duds,
there's going to
but,
be a
like,
couple, but
I
it's
honestly don't think there are any that are genuinely bad designs.
No.
Except Jinx, which is
like,
a bad
yeah,
design.
yeah.
But yeah. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the anniversary
The
event.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary is this year. They just announced that new Pokemon, which has a lot of people speculating about whether or not it's part of the last generation of Pokemon or maybe the beginning of the next one, which could be pretty exciting. So, I guess we'll find out on February 27th. So, we look forward to that.
I do plan on getting the 3DS port of Red
Yeah.
because I haven't played OG like Pokemon in a decade. It's been at least 10 years, so I'm definitely like interested in playing it again.
I honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna get it because obviously I still have my old games and I
Yeah.
still play them. So I might buy Yellow because I gave that to my friend
Yeah.
a while ago. Because I used to just give away my Pokemon games because I have so many of them.
Yeah,
But so I'd be interested in replaying that one because that's one I haven't played in a long time.
I actually
But
have a
I'm
really
not sure yet.
I have a really funny story about like the oldest game that I played through like completion and post game was Gold. My friend lent me that game in like 4th grade, and I played it a lot, and for some reason it disappeared. And then I didn't really talk to this guy for like about 6 or 7 years. And then my last year of high school, he approached me and said, "You still have my gold. Give it back." And I'm like, "I don't know where it is anymore. It's in the void."
Yeah, it's been lost. It's gone forever.
I should maybe buy him a copy of Gold just to say sorry.
That's going to be expensive. Sorry.
Gold is like what, $30?
Yeah, like $30, $40.
Ugh, the
So?
Pokemon tax. It's not even because they're rare. It's just because they're high in demand.
Yeah. Those Pokemon games are really expensive, like the older
Oh,
ones,
yeah.
to try and go back and buy them. Which, I mean, I'm glad I have them, so I
Yeah.
have to go back and buy them. But I feel bad for anyone that does, because they're pretty spendy. Which
They
is
are.
another reason it's really good that they're doing the virtual console.
Yeah.
Because that's only going to be $10. Whereas if you want to buy a physical card of Pokemon Red, it's going to run you back like $40.
It's expensive.
So yeah, that's pretty convenient for the people that are interested in playing the very first game.
Yeah, even
And
Fire
they
Red is
don't want to
expensive.
play like $1 billion to play it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that we finally have Pokemon on Virtual Console
Yeah.
because of the fact that it's Nintendo's pricing and not like some
Some guy on
middleman
eBay.
that wants to make a quick buck.
Which is always great because there's plenty of games that old games that I really want to play, but it's if I want to buy a physical copy of, if I want to play Earthbound, I gotta shell out like hundreds of dollars for
You're
it.
basically paying for
Yeah.
half a meal plan here.
So like I'd rather play it on Virtual Console, where I'm still paying Nintendo for the game. I'm still paying for the game, but I'm not paying out the wazoo for it.
Oh yeah, no. It's just like physical complete. Even a loose copy of Earthbound is
Yeah,
in the hundreds.
It's still
but like,
ridiculous.
but like the big box in good condition with the
That's-
strategy
yeah.
guide. Wow, wow. That's
It's gonna run you back a lot of money.
that is your mortgage plan for that month.
So that's why I like the Virtual Console port sort of stuff.
Oh, same.
It's convenient being able to sort of just play those games
Without needing
without
to,
having to pay $1 billion.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Joe and I, we watched a movie.
We watched 2 movies.
We watched 2 movies. That Joe recommended me, and it was Kara no Kyoukai, movies 1 and 2, The Garden of Sinners.
Yeah, Garden of Sinners.
Kara.
I think it'd just be easier if we called it Garden of Sinners from
Yeah,
here on
the
out.
the Garden of Sinners is. I don't even know.
It's Garden of Sinners is. I mean, I can give like a basic history of it because Type Moon is like Harry's Marvel. Like Marvel to Harry's like Type Moon to me. I know
Might
my back
you
and
explain
forth.
what Type Moon is?
Type Moon is
Or is it type or tight?
TYP dash
Okay,
Moon.
Type Moon. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what Type Moon is.
Type
Right.
Moon is a company that makes games and books and stuff like that, and they also license their properties out to make anime series and stuff like that, or other games that they can't make. Type Moon is most famous for the Fate series, like all of Fate, Stay Night, Zero, Hollow Exteria, all that. Tsukihime, which is a visual novel that has been is a little old. It's like a 2000s game. It's still good, but it's hard to get into because copies are scarce and the remake is just in development hell. And what was it? And my favorite Type Moon series that's not Fate is Kara no Kyoukai, or Garden of Sinners. And that's like their first series that they really made. It's 3 books by a guy named Kiniko Nasu. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you because I can't pronounce Japanese names if my life depended on it.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I have to read it very slowly and then make sure I said it right, and then I have to reiterate it again to make sure I said it correctly.
Yeah, it's Japanese is fun to pronounce when
It's
you
not-
only know English.
Yeah, especially because you're like Kara. Because I would have looked at if I looked at this, I would have been like Kara no Koyoyaki. I mean, that's probably what I would have said, and I would have been like, well, wait, that's not what I meant.
I think like the correct pronunciation is Kara no Kyoukai, but I always just say Kara because it's
Yeah.
the R is an R.
Well, because we're also American.
Yeah.
And when we speak English,
We'll always, like,
we
just-
translate it different.
Yeah.
We
But
say things different.
anyways, Garden of Sinners is a series. It's kind of like supernatural mystery, and the unique thing about it is that each chapter is told in a different place of the story. Like the first chapter of the book, which is overlooking view, the first movie, is in the very middle of everything, like of the timeline. And then the second chapter of the book, which is the second movie, is the very first part of the story. And there are 7 chapters in this story. I consider that because Nasu can't end this series for the life of him. He just can't put it down. But to me, it ends at 7. That is my opinion.
How many actually are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Base 7, Epilogue, Mirai Fukin, or Future Gospel Extra Course.
So there's
So it's 10.
Basically, yes.
There's essentially 10 movies, but we're only gonna watch 7 of them.
Yeah, we're going to watch 7, unless you guys are interested, because Future Gospel is a cool movie. It's just, I find everything after 7 to be, pointless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to watch something that's pointless,
It's
to be honest.
7 core and then spin-offs.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Just here is money. We're
Yeah,
going to print it.
printing some money, yeah.
All right. I guess so.
But anyways.
What I will say about the movie that from what I saw, for what it came out it came out in 2007. You said.
Yeah, 2007.
For a 2007 series, it's incredibly beautiful to look at. I would assume this movie came out maybe a few years ago.
Like 2010, yeah.
Yeah, 2010, maybe 2011. I wouldn't have even assumed it was 2007. Usually, because if you really looked at the quality of anime at 2007, it wasn't not to that level of animation, and this was just oh my gosh, this looks like stuff that we see nowadays.
Yeah, UFO Table is an incredibly talented group of people.
Oh my gosh. I would if you were to recommend something from Ufotable as well, other than Kara no Kyoukai, what else would it be?
My second favorite anime of all time, Fate Zero, was animated by UFO Table, and that's how I learned about them.
Yeah.
And their Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works was much better than the movie. Infinitely better than the Dean movie. Unlimited Blade Works is still not... I still need to go through Heaven's Feel, but Unlimited Blade Works was a lot of fun. I can't exactly, rank my favorite arcs of Fate Stay Night.
Yeah. I definitely will say Fate Zero was a great series. I really enjoy it. It's so awesome. It's so much action, and they know how to animate action.
Oh,
Even in
yes.
Kara no Kyoukai, when there's an action scene like that in the first movie, especially. Oh my gosh,
It
that
was so pretty.
gorgeous. I was like, oh, this is so pretty.
There is a reason why
I don't know
people
what's
use-
happening, but it's so pretty.
There is a reason why people use that specific fight sequence in, a lot of AMVs.
Yeah, no, it's really good stuff. The thing is that I can't really say too much about the movie because I don't want to spoil anything. But I'm gonna definitely say it was really confusing.
Yeah.
But I feel like once I've seen all 7, it'll make sense, and I'll probably give a more concise rating to it. I refuse to actually rate these movies or say whether they were good or not until I've seen the entirety of like the movies.
Because it's like trying to rate an anime based off of each individual episode. Is
Yeah.
how I see it.
Yeah, essentially, and also this is almost like Memento. I'm looking at it in almost the aspect of like the movie Memento, where it's like the movie is told in like reverse order and
Yeah.
like it's all scattered plot, and then once you've seen the movie in its entirety and you know the entire plot, it's good, and you're like, man, that was a great movie. But if you watch it only like like by its scenes alone, you would be confused.
Yeah, definitely.
At first, you'd be like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And then it's one of those things that once you've completed it, you'll be like, "Okay, I now get it. I understand what the whole story is, and therefore I like it."
Yeah, and
so
it's like,
it's gonna have that same effect as this movie.
and like this style of storytelling allows for a lot of rewatch value. Because like there was stuff in the first movie that I noticed for the first time. Like when we get to the third movie, I'll point it out. But they actually like hinted at something that happened in the third movie in the first one. So I was like, that was super cool.
Now, apparently, there's like every single movie was made by different directors.
Every movie had a different director. 5, for its style and its presentation, was my favorite, and I want to see more work by that guy.
Okay, cool. But overall, I mean, for someone like me, I would recommend Kara no Kyoukai. Just I would assume it's gonna get better. You're gonna be confused at first, but I will say stick it out probably until the 7th film.
Yeah, and then
then
when you've seen the 7th one, it's like you don't have to
Don't
watch
worry about
anymore.
it. Then you're done. So I mean, I'm gonna watch the rest of it. I can't really give a concise opinion, but as for what I've seen, I thought it was nice. I thought it was pretty. It was cool. Really violent. Sometimes.
yeah.
It could
Oh my
be pretty
God.
violent. I was like, wow, oh wow, that's like that guy's rippy bits. He's
There's
not
a
even
reason
in
why it's not a
existence.
TV series.
Speaking of anime, hey Harry, you excited for any anime coming out this year?
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, like,
Prepare.
not
Be prepared.
not as much as you guys probably are.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's gotta be something.
I mean, there's
there.
stuff I'm interested in.
I mean,
There's nothing I'm excited for.
All right, well, what are you?
I'm interested in the thing that Dan showed us.
Yeah, that's actually the first thing on here.
It is the first thing on my list, the anticipated anime of spring 2016. So, 2016 has some pretty great shows. Our most anticipated, I think, for all 3 of us, is Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. It's from the creator of the director. Actually, no, sorry, the director.
The director of Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. So if you like the animation of Attack on Titan, get ready because this one looks incredible.
This one looks
It looks really
gorgeous.
cool.
It's super pretty. I cannot wait. I cannot fathom my anticipation and excitement anymore.
Yeah,
because
this is like an original story by this company too.
Mhm.
It's like it has
Super cool.
nothing to base off of.
Yeah, well, that's what also piques my interest the most.
Yeah.
Because usually anime always has like some form of like an adaptation.
A base or something.
Yeah,
It's
but this is
completely
just
original story.
Yeah.
this is its own thing, and
It's
I'm
like
just
Its own
so
original
ready.
character.
Yeah.
The thing that
OG characters.
the thing that really surprised me about this is like from the trailers that we've seen, if you told me that this was a movie, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
Like this has
Oh,
like
yeah.
a movie flair to it,
This
and it's a
doesn't-
TV series.
It doesn't look like a TV series.
Yeah, just like production quality. Just from what I've seen that one trailer, it looks like a movie.
Yeah.
style. Like it's. I can't believe this is. Do you know how many episodes it's gonna be?
No.
11 probably. If it's airing on Noitamina, I'm willing to put down $5. It'll be
Yeah.
11.
So like an 11 episode series. Like that's awesome.
Yeah,
I can't
I'm
wait to watch this.
hype.
So yeah, I guess this is the one thing I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I would say because the thing is, there are things I'm interested in like JoJo's Zanushi and Tori, but I haven't finished the stuff that came before,
Yeah.
so I can't feel excited for it yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Same.
So like, I will be once I get there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Same.
I feel like I put JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, just for the sake that
It's big.
it's a huge
It's a huge series.
It would be almost sinful if I didn't bring it up.
They
because
sell
I-
it at Walmart. That's
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
big
like-
this is.
Like the thing is, like with JoJo's, I feel like it's so popular that I have to bring it up. But I've never fully completed that. I'm still on Pillarman, which is like part 2 of season 1.
Part 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not even close to like where it is as of right now. But I'm gonna try and catch up to it before part 4, hopefully. I'm just gonna have to binge watch it,
Like,
which that feels like a bad idea.
I know this is an unpopular opinion. I personally liked the Ripple Power or Hamon more than Stans, but that's just because I like it. I like JoJo's a lot as like a glam Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is fun about it. And stands are cool. Don't get me wrong. Stands are a lot of fun. But there's just something there's a raw, sheer awesome about the ripple.
I honestly agree with you.
Yeah.
The stands are cool, and I would love them in any other show. But I kind of miss just all the more hands-on action of the first two seasons,
yeah.
or first two parts.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're going back to that for part 4, or is it still more stands? From here on out?
Well, they haven't gone back to Ripple
it's
Power
just
since
going forward,
part 2.
it's just
It's
stance?
just stance.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still gonna love it. Like, it's still JoJo's. So.
Yeah, it's still JoJo's. It's still Araki's crazy art and gore and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and apparently this is my roommate's favorite part, so who knows?
Part 4 and 5.
Yeah, part 4 and 5 is his favorites of all of JoJo's in general.
Part 5 is like a big favorite in Japan, but like the manga got such a shoddy translation over here that it's hard for people to get into it. But my hope is with the Part 5 anime being confirmed that we get a good translation for Part 5 and then people actually like it.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. One that I'm really excited about, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited for Terraformers Revenge, which is the second season for the show Terraformers, which is, if you don't know what Terraformers is, it's about a bunch of, gosh, I don't even know how to explain
Like
it.
Space
Actually,
Marines?
well, no, it's not space. They're not Space Marines. They're more or less just scientists. They're like a group of scientists that go to Mars, and what it is that they were trying to colonize Mars and terraform it so that they can take over Mars and live on Mars. Because Earth has like this horrible plague that's going around killing people left and right and stuff like that, and so they're trying to find a new place to live without this virus around.
I just got the pun in the title, like Terraform Mars.
Yeah. By the way, it's Terraformars. Get it? Because Mars, because Mars, they're going to Mars. But anyways. No. It was really cool though, and it was like, so what it is that they brought cockroaches to put onto Mars and stuff like that, just to kind of give some life. But it comes to find out that when they were terraforming the planet of Mars, the cockroaches evolved and terraformed with the planet, and then they became these giant hulking creatures, and the scientists end up becoming in a life or death situation, where they were trying to test to see if Mars was livable, and then the cockroaches showed up, and they started trying to kill everyone. And they just start killing everyone, actually.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding? They don't try to kill them. They kill them.
You know,
like a lot of people.
People
They're dead.
say that, like, the Titans from Attack on Titan are scary, but it's like, have you seen these, like, roach people?
I mean, we could put up a graphic of one of the roach people's like faces.
oh my god.
Like, they are terrifying, but also they are like the scariest things to fight against. Like, they're super strong.
Yeah.
And what it is that some of the scientists have like these like powers where they can infuse themselves with like these different like types of animals and bugs and creatures and stuff like that, and they gain their powers. So like there's like exploding ants where like they have like one of the characters can like send out like an echo wave, and like it could cause like the roaches to explode.
Yeah.
Because of the powers of the exploding ant.
It's a very bug show.
It's a bug infused show. There's a lot of bug stuff, but there's not like, I don't know.
My experience
it's just kind of cool. It's just a ridiculous action series.
My experience with the show was first semester here in college ever. It was like the new fall season. That was like the first thing to come out, and I was like, all right, let's watch this. The first episode was cool, but I was like, oh, it's going to be one of these shows where half the screen is black because of all the gore. And then by like the third episode, I was like, I'm just going to wait for Blu-rays. And then the meme happened where, like, you know, the one guy has the head, and then there's the other guy in the distance, and it's just two black dots covering it. And then people kept photoshopping, like, basketballs and, like, other things. It's like, oh, God.
We could post up the meme as well and stuff like that. But, yeah, no, it's just, like, the show is really, really gory and very, very violent. So, therefore, it got a lot of heavy censorship.
I was not happy about that.
I watched the uncensored version of it, and I loved it. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that great, but I loved it. I thought it was super fun. A lot of crazy action. My roommate showed me it, and I got into it. I need to read the manga, but I've only read five chapters of the manga, and I really enjoy it still. I'm really excited for Terraformers Revenge because these are characters I really care about, and they, unlike Attack on Titan where they don't really develop the characters as well, I feel like they just kind of give them archetypes. They actually give personality to these characters, so when they die, you feel really bad when they die, or stuff like that, and you're like you're rooting for them so much.
Yeah.
So and then when they overcome their obstacle, you get really happy, and you're like, yes, they did it. It's just that feeling, and I like shows that give me that kind of feeling. So, and that's what Terraformers does for me, and that's why I'm excited for season 2, because I hear it gets crazier. But do you guys want to talk about Ushio and Tora? Because I've never seen this. I don't know what this is.
I guess Joe can talk about more because I haven't finished the first season.
Yeah, I mean, I won't go past too far what you said because even I don't understand what was going on after that point. Okay, so Ushio and Tora is like an older. It's like a lot of what I've noticed recently is like there's a kind of trend where like we're getting older manga series into new anime so people can watch them. Like JoJo's kind of kicked that off. We got that with Ushio and Tora. I can't really think of any others off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are a ton. But Ushio and Tora is a cool story about this kid named Ushio. He's like the son of a monk, right?
Yeah.
And this monk guy has like a lot of experience and stuff. He's got like a ton of books and artifacts. But there's like this lock in the basement, and Ushio's like, oh, what's down here? And he sees this thing called the Beast Spear. And the Beast Spear is like a very powerful weapon that's specifically made to like exorcise demons and stuff like that. But in order to use the Beast Spear, you have to pull it out of Tora, who is a big, mean, tiger-like guy who kills a lot of people, but it's kind of like a... I don't want to say it's like Ushio is like domesticating Tora, but it's almost like Ushio. It's like the whole story is like about how Ushio is kind of like trying to teach Tora to not kill everything in sight.
It's like Tora's like a bloodthirsty monster at the very beginning of the series, but he can't fight Ushio because he's too powerful for him because he's got the Beast Spear. So like he's sort of haunting him, like he's like a demon, so he's just haunting him and following him around. And slowly over the course of the series, as far as I've seen, he's like slowly gaining respect for the character.
Yeah.
And they're sort of becoming friends, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like a very buddy show. Yeah. And like, obviously they're kind of like, I don't want to say tsundere for each other because that's not correct.
I mean, it's kind of close to
It's pretty close. It's
they
like
act like that.
They're very soon but not dere, as in love. But yeah, it's like I really liked the show. It's produced by Mappa, who made like Kids on the Slope and Zankyo no Terror. They made season 3 of Hajime no Ippo. They've got a track record. And I was very confident that this show would be good, and it was. I was very happy with how it came out. And season 2, I feel like is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch up. I gotta finish season 1. That way I can watch season 2 as it airs.
When you watch it, tell me what's going on, because even I couldn't figure out half the things that they were talking about in the second half of the show. Yeah. I don't want to say anything.
Where I was.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything, but like they introduced a plot element that will almost always just like make things inherently more difficult to follow. So just like review it for me so I know what happens in season 2.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 2 of Oh Baby a Triple.
Of Oh Baby a Triple, yeah.
Episode 2. They haven't canceled us yet. All right, so we hope to see you guys next week for more discussion on comic books, anime, and video games, and we will enjoy the rest of our week. And I hope you as well enjoy yours. See you later, guys.
Later.
See ya. Later.